Inspector checks a random sample of 30 mugs from a large batch and notes number X which are defective and deals with that just follows. So if it's less than 2, he accepts it. If it's greater than 2, he rejects it. If it equals 2, he takes another random of only 15 mugs in the batch, and if it contains one or more things. So given that 5% of the mugs are defective, so therefore I know that that is X tilde is binomial, and it's got 30, and the probability of success is 5% or 0.05. This one here, the second sample, that will be Y. It's also going to be binomial, and that will be, there's only 15 there because they've only taken a sample of 15, and the probability of success will still be 0.05. I'll write that down. Right, so first off, I've got to work out the probability is rejected with the first sample. And that means that it's, I've got to work out the probability that X is greater than 2. If it's greater than 2, I always like writing down what it could be. It could be 3, 4, 5, 6. That takes it all the way up to 30. So this actually is, that equals 1 minus the probability that X is less than or equal to 2. And since I get less than or equal to 2, that means I can use the tables, and so this will be 1 minus probability of X is less than or equal to 2 is 0.8122. I'm going to put on there from tables. And that equals, using the rule of adding up to 9, 0.187, and the last one has to add up to 10, 8. And now I've got to work out P, find the probability that it's rejected. Okay, so I'll work out probability rejected, and there's two different ways of being rejected. You could be rejected after just 1, so rejected first, which is that 0.1878, plus the probability rejected on the second sample. And so this bit here will become 0.1878. and do this all at one time. Probably rejected on the second. That means that it would have to have taken a second chance, and that one will be probability that X equals 2. So it's going to be a probability that X equals 2. That's times by the probability it's actually rejected on the second, and that one is times the probability that's it's rejected on second. So that equals 0.1878 plus probability X equals 2 is going to be it's going to be 2x is this one here, so it's going to be 30c2, because that's the number of ways you can have those 2 successes. You've got to have 2 successes, so that'd be 0.05 squared, and then the probability of failures, you've got to have loads and loads of failures, 0.95 times by power to the power of 28, because I'm going to have 28 failures mixed up with those 2 successes, and times by the probability of rejected on the second, and that means that it's got to have 1 or more. It'll be rejected. So that'll be 1 minus the probability of Y equals 0. That'll be the number of ways of no successes, and therefore if there's no successes, there must be at least 1 failure. And so that'll be 0.1878 plus, that gives me 0.2586367 times by 1 minus probably no successes, that would be 0.05 to the power 0, which is 1, and all the others, and now there's just 15 because the sample is only 15, and that will be 0.1878 plus 0.1388126 which equals 0.326612, which equals 0.327 to 3 significant figures. That's part B done, 5 marks. Now part 3, I'll do it up here. Batches are checked one after the other. Find the probability of the first batch to be rejected is either first batch, it's going to be geometric on the 4th or 5th. So I'm going to have, let's call it Z tilde, it's going to be geo, and probability of success. I could use, if I haven't got the first part, I could use 0.327, but I know it's 0.3266, so I'm going to keep that just to make sure I keep my roundings will be correct. And I've got to work out the probability that Z equals 4 or 5, and that would equal, if it's 4, that means I would have had to have had 3 failures. So that means I'll be 0. Work out 1 minus this, 6, 7, 3, 4 cubed, that's 3 failures, followed by a success, which is 0.3266, plus, it could be the 5th go. So it'll be 0.6734 to the power 4 times by 0.3266, and that equals 0.16689, which equals 0.167 to 3 significant figures. And that is question 7 done.